Why did we have to start this out with a Room reference? The Room. Involving Karl Marx. Oh, hi, Marx. Pro-Philosopher 2: Governments and Grievances is a follow-up to a visual novel from the age of Flash games called Socrates Jones Pro-Philosopher. Both games are parodies of the Ace Attorney series, but instead of a Japanese-American law mashup, it's poking holes in the arguments of historical philosophers. I played the first game as a teenager on Kongregate back when GameStop owned the site. I had to look up walkthroughs because I didn't quite understand the concepts it was throwing at me. I probably, want to say, 15-year-old at the time. I couldn't figure out the final boss and sort of gave up on it. The standalone game is now free on Steam as of March 2024, and I am guessing that I can make it farther without looking up a guide this time. Flash forward to autumn 2024 in the height of the American election season. A trailer appears on r/games for a sequel to Pro-Philosopher with the subtitle, Governments and Grievances. The first thing I saw was Karl Marx and I was wondering what was going to happen. I picked the game up during the 2025 visual novel sale on Steam and gave it a go. In the first game, you played as the titular Socrates Jones. Socrates and his daughter Ariadne had died in a car crash and both were sent to an afterlife called the Intelligible Realm, having been mistaken for their nominative, historical, and mythological figures. Wanting to return to the land of the living, Socrates embattles himself with a question that stumped philosophers of the realm for time immemorial. What is the meaning of morality? After the events of the first game and returning to the land of living, Ariadne has begun her college career, pursuing an accounting degree like her father. Ari now has the uncanny ability to fall asleep anywhere and enter and leave the intelligible realm at will. And in the second game, we're introduced to her mother, Pythia. Jeez, these Greek names. Anyway, Pythia is a politician seeking re-election. She's moved her way up from school board to senator and has been handling a secret project to access the intelligible realm. When the portal is stabilized, Pythia ends up trapped in the intelligible realm by declaring that democracy is the best political system in the world. The gate to the realm of the living closes, and you, as Ari, have to help Pythia escape by arguing with political philosophers of ages past on whether their ideal systems of governance hold up. You go up against a variety of debate opponents, starting from Confucius, making your way up to an angry and indignant Karl Marx, building off of him with Frantz Fanon, and ending on John Rawls and Robert Nozick. This game doesn't pull any punches in how flawed any political system is, whether it's finding holes in arguments, asking for clarification on a question so vague it leads to a different argument, or declaring that an idea won't hold up in reality. At first, I thought this game was an endurance test more than it was enjoyable. Every win felt so pigeonholed. After a while, I just had to hit all the buttons and check the chat logs after, and even then, I had so many confusing concepts flying over my head that it was downright confusing.
Nonsense!
But going back into the game to double-check some names, I realized just how easy it was to return and re-examine their arguments and study them from there. And sure, these are incredibly abridged versions of the actual arguments that Machiavelli, Locke, and every other historical figure had. And then it hit me how approachable this game makes philosophy, compared to diving headfirst into the text from the people that this game features. And as I'm typing this out and revoicing it, that's when I'm realizing I probably should have gone in one chapter at a time and not barreling through like I normally do in games like this. I stayed through to the end, knowing there'd be a twist of some kind, and it frankly wasn't the person I expected it to be, but I'll leave that a surprise for you. All in all, though fictionalized and exaggerated for extra effect, this is a fun follow-up to a game that's story I enjoyed, however silly and absurd it was. It also, as a complete package, is a wonderful educational tool to jump into philosophy to get your feet wet. If you want a little bit of grown-up edutainment, this is a wonderful and fairly inexpensive package to grab. Starts off simple, then has a difficulty curve that makes you think. Pro-Philosopher 2: Governments and Grievances is available now on Steam for $12 USD and is Steam Deck verified.